Hi, I'm Raf Anzovin, and I'm demonstrating one of the new features we've added to the most recent beta versions of the Ephemeral system for Unreal. So as many of you may be aware, the Ephemeral system is for editing dense animation data. Here we have this run, and it has a pose on every single frame. So let's say I want to change the trajectory of his run. I want him to actually, redirect himself a little bit in the middle. So previously we'd been able to manipulate poses over time, but our ability to do so was limited to what we now call local as our rotation type. We now have other rotation types. One of them is pivot. So if I were to select the ball of his foot and switch myself into all mode, so I'm affecting the entire character, and take an area of, drag out the range here, so I'm affecting a little bit behind him and everything in front of him, then I can actually pivot the entire animation around where the ball of the foot is on this particular frame. So now he's changing direction a little bit. Now that looks a little awkward though. It's sort of a sudden reposition when it comes to his body. So here's what we can do to change that. So let's say I drag out a fairly large range, actually, and do it like a little bit ahead of this, because what I want to do is actually anticipate it a little bit. So I'm going to switch myself to forward all mode, and use that to adjust his overall position a little bit. He's going to start leaning into... I'm sorry. This actually demonstrates quite well why I should, in fact, have been changing my rotation type. I had meant to leave it in pivot. I had intended to move it to world. So now each of these poses around him are rotating in place instead of pivoting around the current frame. And what I want to do is to have him start lean into it a little bit. Better. Gonna go smooth out that little bit of a hitch that was added there. Looking better. His head kind of has a little weird motion there. So what I can do there is to select the head. I'm going to turn on hold rotation so that its orientation is in world space while its translation is still being controlled because we're in forward mode. Well, I'll put us in forward mode now. By the neck control, we can see that because of this little arrow. And therefore we'll be smoothing this relative to the neck control in terms of translation, but our rotation will be in world space, which is perfect for smoothing out an issue like this. And our little hitch there is gone. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about when I talk about how the ephemeral system allows sculpting with motion. I am editing the motion data directly, and I can now continue to build on it to add more nuance to this character and his performance without building up a complicated structure of layers or other sorts of, or keys or other sorts of systems that I need to manage.